Welcome back to the channel. This is the last installment of the series of videos where we show you how we went from having a bunch of parts into having a working robot. If you haven't been following the series and you want to catch up, I'm going to leave a link to the playlist so you can watch those videos. There are a few things that happen and changes that we've made to the robot since the last video. One of them is that we added the ability to control the robot with an RC controller. We had to install an RC receiver. After we finished recording the last video, when you saw us put together the 3D printed parts, Lee went ahead and installed a receiver for the controller. Another good thing that happened is that the demo that I talked about in one of the previous videos actually happened. So we got the opportunity to go do a demo in front of, I would say like 60 people in person, and then there were a few more on the live stream. It all went great. Lee got a chance to tell the audience about our project and the things that we were able to do, although something funny happened. We had our demo set up to be able to detect beer bottles, and there was a person standing in the distance wearing dark clothes, and for some reason, well, not for some reason, I think we know the reason why. So when Antwerp received the picture, it detected a beer bottle, but it was in fact the person standing off in the distance. It was pretty funny because we tried it, I think, a couple of times, and both times the same thing happened. I think it's just a matter of us tweaking the model that we used to detect the beer bottles. This was a slight hiccup, but in the grand scheme of things, the demo went great. We also decided that we are going to be calling the new robot Whisker. So whenever you hear Whisker being thrown around, what we mean, or what I mean, is the new robot. Well, I'm excited to get to the part where you actually see the robot moving around. So let's get to that. And here you can see Whisker moving around. This was filmed in Lee's front yard. After all the work that we've put in for weeks of work, I think this was the culmination, and I think it was pretty cool to see the robot moving around. One of the things that I noticed is that there is a slight delay whenever we send a command, for example, to move forward or to go faster. There is probably like a half a second delay from the time when we send a command from the controller to the time when the robot actually reacts to that command. So whenever we were driving it around, or I got the chance to drive it, I had to accommodate for that. If I saw that the robot was getting too close to something, I would either lower the speed or have it turn before it reached a certain point. Just to avoid any crashes. Something that we did notice is that Whisker has a high center of gravity, so it's top heavy, so we had to be careful not to accelerate too quickly because it tends to sort of fall on its back, and you might be able to see this in the footage. So whenever we were taking off, we made sure that we did it slowly. Another thing that we also had to build in, sort of like a fail-safe, is that if the robot was moving at a high speed and a turn command was sent to it, we made sure that the speed was lowered before the robot actually started turning. Overall, it was very enjoyable to see the robot moving around and finally get a chance to actually drive it and, have it move. So I hope that you've enjoyed the journey so far and you enjoy the footage of the robot moving around. There are a few things that we still need to do. For example, the LiDAR, even though it's mounted, at the moment it's disconnected because we haven't configured it yet. So that's one of the things that we'll probably be working on in the future. I want to thank you for watching the videos and following the progress that we've made on the robot. And in the next video, we are going to be showing you one of the new features that is coming onto the framework. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified when we publish new videos. Thank you and catch you in the next one. No, by the way, don't forget to watch this video. Perfect timing. Well, I guess I gotta go see who that is.